Okay. How many of you have ever needed to get out of a date? Like, now? I'm talking like I would rather wring my neck and try to hang myself with wet spaghetti noodles than be seen in public with this guy. Or even have to breathe in the same room with him. Let alone the same oxygen particles. Probably quite a few, are you? But anyway, you get my drift. Well, here are some ideas to help you get out of that. Excuse number 1. My bunny just died. You guys are probably thinking that will never work, but I mean, really, come on. You can't say your dog, because then you're going to have to listen to his big sob story about how his childhood best friend Bobo was hit by a bus and lost his leg, just died from like being bloated from some tumor later on, and that he had to hold him until he died in his arms. Let's not swing too close to home. And then, you don't want to say a cat because not that many people mourn cats. I don't know if you noticed that, but I did. It's kind of weird. And bunnies are no longer like this hippie, trendy animal to own that if you live on a farm. I mean, a lot of people have bunnies, and a lot of people can emotionally relate to that. So, if you're busy planning a funeral and have a bunny to bury, your availability is probably limited. The response you get will probably be something close to this.
Okay, we can reschedule for drinks later due to your little bunny foo-foo. I totally get it.
Okay, second one. You're not feeling well. That's the best one to go for because nobody can argue with that. I mean, you could have a headache that's radiating in all 4 walls of your brain. This headache is radiating in all 4 walls of my brain. I wish I could just smash my face apart with a hammer. Or you could have like chronic, I don't want to date you. Or you can always go to the golden one of diarrhea. Nobody wants to talk about that. And nobody wants to deal with that. So you can use that and you're golden. Or you could say, I'm sorry, I would really like to go to drinks with you in the future, but it will have to wait a few months because my Ebola is acting up. Cold. Hello? Yeah, I can't go out for a few months because I got the Ebola. His response will probably be along the lines of hanging up on you. Problem solved. Okay, number 3. If you have somebody who's constantly asking you on a date, or you think that this person is going to ask you on a date, you could just interrupt them one day during friendly conversation and say, I know somebody who's perfect for you. Her name is Stephanie. Yeah, she's great. She's great. But of course, you don't want to let them know where they live, and you don't want to let them know where they work, because this person is fictitious. But they're just great. They're perfect for you. And they'll be so happy about all the things that you know about them that they'll completely forget about you, and they'll get really excited to meet this friend of yours, and then they moved. Then let the sadness and sorrow set in, and you're now obsolete and unimportant. Just where I wanted to be. And number 4. Fake insanity. Like they're about to ask you out on a date, or maybe you have to go out on a date, but you remember how you went out on a date once and you were totally in love with the guy after the first date, and his name was Steve, and then he completely broke you, and then the whole thing broke you apart. Like, I went out on a date once. Steve, no, Steve. Start to comfort you at first, and that's okay, because the moment your snot starts to run through his shirt, he will start to back away. And then also maybe throw in that you have about a dozen cats, and that they make you feel more loved than anyone ever could. And maybe walk around in a hospital gown. Get your crazy on. 'Cause who wants to go out on a date with a total head case? Hope that helps you ladies on your date turn down endeavors.